If you ever looked up a big table of data and thought, well, I just want to know the totals by category, for example. Well, group by is a feature you've been missing. So today I'm going to show you exactly how group by works in Power Query, both with the basic and advanced version with this little data set that you see here step by step. So basically what we want to do by group by, let's say that, for example, we want to get the total number of transactions by customer ID, which means that we're going to get a row for all unique customer IDs, and then we're going to count the number of transactions that customer ID has. This will be more clear in a few seconds. So let's first load this data set into Power Query. So click anywhere within the range, go up to Data, from Table Range. Excel is going to determine the range of data that you have, convert it into a table, and then it will load it into Power Query. So let's click OK. Give it a few seconds. Power Query will load. Okay. So what we want to do first is let's create a reference to this data set that we have here. So we're going to click on our query, right click, reference. And then let's just call this one total transactions. Okay. So now we got this query that's referencing original data. Let's go up to Home tab, and then Group by, and then we're just going to work with the basic one first. So what do we want to do? We want to get the total transactions per customer ID. So basically, we want to group it by customer ID. Okay, and what do we want to call the new column? So we're just going to call this total transactions. And what do we want to do? Okay, once we group it, we just want to count the number of rows per customer ID. So this data set here that you see here, it's just an individual table. It shows all the transactions that occurred by customer ID. And so we don't have to do anything with this column over here. We just want to perform an operation on it, just count the rows that is associated per unique customer ID. So let's click OK. So now we get this smaller table, an individual table with unique customer IDs, and the total number of transactions per customer ID. We can verify this. Let's go back to our original table, and let's filter this down to customer ID just one. Click OK. And as you can see, we get 3 individual rows. We go back to this query here. You can see that we got 3 total number of transactions for this own particular customer ID. Okay, let's go back here. Let's take away the filter. Okay, and create a filter. Let's bring back the entire table. Now let's go ahead and create another basic query or basic group by function. Just using the basic function itself. So this one is we're going to get the total number of units sold by customer ID. So let's go up back at the tab. Let's group by again. Oh, actually, let's cancel out of that. Let's create a reference to the original table. All this total units. Okay, now we want to create a group by. home tab, group by, and it's by customer ID. And let's just get total units. And what do we want to do? Again, want to get the total number of units by customer. So that means that we want to sum the quantity. Okay. Now again, we get a smaller table, one row for each unique customer ID, and a total number of units that were sold by that customer ID or bought by that customer. So let's go and look up this one, C002, customer ID 2. So let's go back to the original table. We want to filter by customer ID 2. So the total number of units, what we did was we summed up the quantity. Remember, it was 6, so we get 2 plus 3 is 5 plus 1 is 6. Let's go back here. And as you can see, that's what we get back. So let's go back. Just let's clear out the filter there. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and use the advanced version of customer, or advanced version. So again, let's create a reference to this original table. Right click, reference. Let's call this sales summary. Okay, let's go back to home tab, group by. And now we want to use the advanced version. So let's click on that radio button. And we want to do this by region and product category. So we want to be able to group by region first. And then add grouping for the second column, which is going to be product category. Okay, that's the grouping version. Now let's create our individual metrics. So basically what we want to do for this one, we want to get the total number of transactions summarized by region and product category. So let's get total transactions. We want to count the number of rows for each transaction, or that are grouped by region and product category. And this will be more clear once we get this all done. So that's number 1 aggregation. Let's add another one. Okay, here we want to get the total units for the grouping. So we could call this total units. And we want to do this, we want to sum it up. And we want to do this, what do we want to sum up? We want to sum up the total units. So that's going to be the quantity. Okay, our third aggregation that we're going to do is we want to get the total revenue. Now, in this particular case, we're only going to be summing up the unit price count. Typically, total revenue is going to be the quantity times the unit price. But in this particular case, example, we're just going to be summing up the unit price count. So we're going to be total revenue. And we're going to be summing up the unit price count. Now let's click OK. Okay, again, we want to group by region and product category, and we're doing all these individual metrics. So again, let's verify this. So we're just going to do this for the first row here. So we want to filter our original table based on region and product category. In this case, we want to do it by North and electronics. And we'll pay attention to these numbers over here, 2, 5, and 1049.98. Let's go back over here. We want to do it by region north. And product category, electronics. Okay, so again, we got total transactions for the North region electronics of 2. That's what this table over here brought back. Now our total units sold, basically, again, it was 5. So we add up 1 plus 4 is 5. And remember what I said about total revenue. We're just only summing up the unit price count. At this point, we're not doing this in the next example where we're taking quantity to get the total amount. Just want to sum up the total revenue for these 2 rows here. And what that equals is 1049. Remember the number. So we want to take 999 plus 49. And that equals 1049.98. So come over here. As you can see, that's what we're going to have. So this was a basic introduction in using group by within Power Query, both the basic version and advanced version. Hopefully you got a clearer picture of what grouping by does, and hopefully you could use it in your future projects that you have. Again, thank you for stopping by today. You have a great day. And remember to subscribe to my channel. And as always, please like and share this video because other people in your field are trying to learn this information. And this will help them grow in their current position. Thank you. You have a great day.